The atmosphere, no, somewhere up there is the ozone layer and ultraviolet.
I can say I'm working for the government, but as well as with communities, because I'm living with communities. Issues concerning with conservation and how local communities are not punishing themselves, especially when it's issue of using resources, particularly in traditional medicines. So Zanzibar has a long history in using traditional medicines. If you trace back pre-colonial times, communities had their own ways of living in terms of conservation and resource utilization, particularly on issues of healing. So here in Zanzibar, actually, there are different ways that people are healing themselves. There is like a Quranic, those mostly when you get problem, special issue which are not related with hospital, I can say. But for Christian, they use like a videographer. Yeah, but there's other ways they use it like spiritualists. Yeah, maybe you may face problems that are not associating with hospital. So you may either have to go to the doctors, to traditional healers. So in Swahili we call it mganga. Yeah, that you explain your problem, and or sometimes he may diagnose it by using spiritualists, and he can tell you are suffering from 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can use either spiritualists or plants or other materials. So this issue is coming for utilization. For that time, it was okay because the population was very few. So there was no rules and regulations, nothing like that. So the people they have set some spiritual issues that as a guidance that don't destroy this plant. Yeah, maybe when you destroy this plant, midnight someone come and scratch you. So automatic people are afraid about that. Yeah, maybe they'll set aside like shrines, like big caves. Yeah, this is special for worship. And the people they go there and because the things in the mind, they can go, for instance, maybe you have several times without getting babies, or maybe you have fallen in love with someone and he's running from here. So you just go there for spiritual issue and you pray and you manage to get what you need.
No punishment.
No punishment. And then when colonial comes with no approach of set aside this protected area, fencing the area, exclude this community within those areas. So automatically this created conflict between local communities and conservationists, where they put the rules and regulations. Yeah? So automatically, those people were not going to those forests, so it was conflict. But in 1905, new ways of approach was imposed in protected area, this community participation, where the governments set aside that area for conservation, but also they set aside community forests. So within those community forests, they are allowed, there's some by law, where there's some area that community allowed to collect some trees like herbs and other things. But also, as individual community, they have some area that are planting those plants. So by actually, I can say, also in those individual areas, for instance, I'm suffering from headache, and I know that someone has a plant which is associating with headache, so I can go just get them. ABC, can I have this plant? Though there's some challenges, because these issues of healing now is getting, the population is increasing, and the demand is increasing. So there's a challenge. Some people they penetrate in national park
to get more plants.
Yeah, where there's more plants. So those, if you get will caught on that area, there's rules and regulations and punishment. Yeah.
What kind of punishment?
Punishment, this is, it depends. Maybe for fines. There's some fines. Maybe punished maybe $500. Shilling? No, dollars. Almost 1 million.
Wow, 1 million shillings.
1 million shillings. But then, or to be in jail for 6 months.
Wow. How many people have been convicted and sentenced to jail, do you know?
There are numbers of them because this is there for many years.
Right.
Many years.
So do you think now that Tanzania is independent from colonizers, that we can go back to the indigenous ways of correcting behavior without punishment? Or do you think it's too late to go back?
We still have time. We still have time. Yes, we should go back. And slowly people starting to go back.
Okay.
Yeah, but the government, though, is trying to formulate ways of people going back. Because for instance, now they have established a union of herbalists of Tanzania. Yeah, with the registered union, and they know individuals, how many people, I'm not sure how many now, but they know how many people are herbalists. Yeah. So there's a need now to educate people concerning with traditional healers.
Right. Well, the law of the jungle is that the stronger animals will eat the weaker animals or eat the plants. So maybe sometimes the community will come back to reduce the population of the animals that are causing imbalance in the forest. Can you talk to us about how the indigenous people control the population of the Indian house crow or the sharks from overfishing and things like that?
You mean, okay, how we have communities or the government?
Indigenous people, before the government came with poisoning of the crow, how did indigenous people control the population of predators in the jungle?
Okay, so the community actually is, they are assisted by the government, by funding, by giving traps, or by giving fund to collect some eggs or some live house crow. But themselves also sometimes they use like those local trap in helping the government.
So you talked about the Islamic, the Christian, and the Swahili approaches to correcting behavior. What is it called in Swahili? What is the word for punishment?
Adabu.
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 How do you spell it?
A-D-H-A-B-U. Adabu.
Okay. And in Swahili, in Islamic law?
Islamic law. Actually, because the most is relating to Arabic, and I'm not good in Arabic.
Sharia?
Sharia, yes, I like Sharia, Sharia.
How about Christianity? Penance?
Like penance, yeah.
And which of these three do you think would be more viable for Africans to follow? Can they follow all three, or do you think one would work better?
I think both.
Okay.
All three.
All three will work.
All three will work. It depends what the problem is, I say.
Right.
Yeah.
And how about go ahead.
Because there's some problem when you get, for instance, maybe I'm suffering from stomach. I know that quick I can go to the forest, I can collect Zanzibar Zanzibariensis.
Right.
I know that I can boil it, I can make. But sometimes I may face a problem that I don't know. And when I go for in hospital for diagnosis, I don't see anything. So those I should go maybe for Quran or Bibliani or Twitch.
So in all three traditions, you have forgiveness as a response to offending behavior. Am I right? The Sharia says you should forgive those who offend you, so on Judgment Day, Allah will forgive you your own sins. And Christ said you should love your enemy as yourself. Indigenous people under Ubuntu philosophy.
No, it depends, because in Sharia, you know that you're already educated. But also in Muslim, you also, there's a way you know that, even in Quran, it say that don't destroy the forest. But also maybe in government or in Christian, there is a rule and regulation. So if you go on that way, it means that it's your own business. Yeah.
And in the world today, the prison population is growing. A lot of people are being put in prison. Do you think if we use more of the indigenous justice system, we can reduce the prison population? Do you think we can abolish prisons? Because our people didn't have prisons until the colonizers came.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Because, especially for instance, in Muslim Sharia, you see, before these issues of lawyers and whoever, people, they use indigenous knowledge. They use indigenous, shall I call it Sharia or the
justice system.
See, for instance, maybe if you do these things, all the community in the village, they say they take part from you.
Right.
They isolate you, maybe in that village. You're not isolated from the village. No one is talking with you. No one is selling you anything. So automatic, you'll say, oh, I'm alone. You say, okay, sorry, I will not repeat it again. Right? Or they say, okay, for instance, in Muslim, if you say maybe if you do something against Muslim, maybe you have taken someone's wife, you have to be punished 100
lashes.
Or you have to be put on the horse and throw stones on it.
Alright.
So this is a big punishment. Everyone would worry about it.
Okay.
But nowadays, after these issues of lawyers, schools, and whatever, sometimes it may happen someone has done an offense, killing someone. So there are two lawyers because of the money. They say, okay, you haven't done it. It's really you have done it. So this is the reason why now there are a number of offenses in the world. And that's why now the number of prisons is increasing within those prisons. But if we go back on those, either indigenous, can say, or Muslim Sharias, automatic, the number of prison person in the prison will be reduced.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. In economics, they talk about the law of diminishing returns. It's a natural law according to economy that if you continue to farm and use the soil will become weaker. And although it might produce a little more, but the increase will be reducing over time. How did indigenous farmers manage the soil or the sea to make sure that the productivity is replenished rather than decreased?
Okay, this fact affected by population is increasing of population worldwide in the respective area. For instance, in my village, when I open my mind, we are only maybe 100 individuals in my village.
Okay.
So if you go to the sea for fishing, there are plenty of fish compared to the population.
Right.
That is one. But the second one is faster development. People at that time, pre-colonial times, they were not minding about high development, construction, big houses,
they were not
vehicle, They satisfy what small they have.
Right.
They're sleeping in the small houses, you see? they know we have small houses. They just go to the sea. They fish the fish of the day.
That's enough for the day.
Yeah, just for the day, and they're selling a little bit, and tomorrow is a sustainable way, and tomorrow they're going. But nowadays, they
use nets.
They use nets, and they want to finish the whole sea one day, because they say, I want to build I mean, the house, I want to have a vehicle, I want to have a TV, I want to have everything. It's a problem for now to control. Control the real problem.
So looking at the world now, what do you suggest that the entire world can learn from environmental management in Zanzibar? What is the most important lesson we can learn from Zanzibar? What is the most creative response to climate change by people in Zanzibar?
The most important thing is to issue relating to climate change, because it's it's starting from human activity, especially anthropogenic activities.
Yes.
Let's take an example in some village where mostly they use trees for firewood, for charcoal, for whatever. So this is maybe the reason of climate change and plus other issues. So for some area now, for instance, in forest department is trying to mobilize people to plant their own forest, either forest for charcoal, firewood, but also for crops, for like mangoes, bananas, cassavas, and other. Yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. For you, how could you play part? That for instance now, that like in Europe countries and America, they have spent much time in developing their countries. Yeah. So now I can say, on the other hand, they depend on environmental issues, particularly in climate change in Africa, because we have now big forests, especially issue of carbon credit. So, to you, how you could help, Africa in general to resolve this problem?
That's a good question, and I think Mwalimu Nyerere gave us an idea of how we can do it, that we cannot develop the city and ignore the rural area, because the rural area grow all the food and cash crops that support the people in the cities. So the Arusha Declaration said that we need to develop not just the city, but also the rural area. And maybe if Africans can come together and unite as the United States of Africa, or the People's Republic of Africa, that China is building in China, we will be stronger and have more resources to meet all our needs and prevent greedy people from trying to take everything for themselves and leave nothing for the masses of the people. Asante sana.